What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and I want to talk about this Mad Max 2 situation. It's quite an interesting one. It's quite a neat one. We basically have Wendy here, and she says, before times at Avalanche, Sweden in New York, when O'Neill invited me to get scanned to be in Mad Max 2 as a rebel. The magic of photogrammetry, 3D scanning, and many cameras at Mad Max game. Now, here's the deal, okay? There's actually a couple things to talk about with this specific tweet, or when she actually went there, because this was posted on February 6, 2022, but the interesting thing is actually they had this group. It was more than just her that went there, and it was I think it was February 7th, which is funny that it almost was the same day, but it was February 2017. 2017 was the actual date that these pictures were taken, or these people were invited there. So, while I don't really, you look at the tweet, right? Mad Max 2 as a rebel. Now, some people are saying maybe she was getting it confused and she meant Rage 2, because they did actually help with Rage 2. Remember, they kind of half developed it. But Rage 2 doesn't have what would be considered rebels or what would be considered a rebellion. So it really does seem like she meant Mad Max 2. Now, again, though, the tough thing is this picture was originally taken 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And at this point, when you look at, so it's Avalanche Sweden, it's really Avalanche Studios, I believe, right? And they're the ones who make Just Cause. Again, I think they co-developed Rage. They're making Contraband, right? Which is kind of like the Xbox partner. Remember, there's a lot of rumors, actually, that they were going to be outright bought by Microsoft. That hasn't happened yet. Maybe it happens after Contraband. But Contraband is the new game. Probably will be a little bit Just Cause-y, you know what I mean? It'll have that similar feel. But, that's been what they've done historically. Now here's the deal. Mad Max, I guess I agree. I don't think of it as highly as other people online, but I do think it was definitely what would be considered an underrated game. I don't think it deserved kind of what it got in terms of kind of reception or review scores. I do think it was a decent enough game. I don't think it was like spectacular, but again, I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion with the group that likes the game. That's totally cool. My cousin played this game a lot. My cousin actually super loved it. So there's that to kind of throw into it as well. But I think a Mad Max 2 would work. I think even with the Furiosa movie, right, the prequel kind of movie, I think that would make sense to kind of, I mean, it all makes sense. And Mad Max, the game, had a pretty good foundation that I think you could easily build upon and make a pretty darn, a killer sequel, I would honestly imagine. But 5 years ago to do this stuff, and I don't know, I just feel like unless they've been developing two games at the same time, my initial thought was that this confirmed it. Like, this confirmed, like, it is real. Like, it is coming. But the more I saw and the more that other people have kind of pointed out, yeah, I don't think so. I feel like this was more of a, this is kind of like a what could have been, or like a, hey, look at the past, like, what a cool little story. But I do think it's actually inadvertently, well, what's funny is it's inadvertently anything, but I think it's inadvertently saying, yes, there was a Mad Max 2 that was, going to happen, and then it was canceled. And that that actually really sucks. It's a weird way of announcing a game in the first place, like if it is actually real and is coming out, which again, it could be, like, we don't know for sure. Maybe it was put down and it'll be picked back up. Those are kind of the stories or the situations that I personally always kind of root for. I've said it actually numerous times with Bully 2, that I'm kind of on the boat of, well, maybe they've just put it down and picked it back up and done that. And actually, from I believe the Game Informer article, it does actually sound like that's been the history of Bully. Like, we'll pick it up, we do it a little bit, then we couldn't do it because of money or whatever, we put it down, we pick it back up. So maybe that happens for Mad Max 2, or maybe it is actually being real, or it is real and is coming out. Or again, my personal opinion, at least right now, I think it was happening and it was canceled just because 5 years is an incredibly, that's a long time for us to have not heard anything. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up, and I hope to see you all on tomorrow's video.